Damn, that made it worse. Hell the fuck yeah. Sorry, no bad words, no bad words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just waiting for this algorithm to get some people on this track. Big day tomorrow. Everything is telling you. Choo choo. Alrighty, guys. Let's start off this. Let's start off first with Bitcoin and gold. Alright, let's start off with Ethereum. What I like to do when it comes to every stock, I like to start off from the 12-hour candle, especially when it comes to important dates, or just to know where the higher you go on these candles, the harder their price is. So wherever these candles close, that price is hard to pass, whether it be coming from the bottom on up or from top to bottom. And that's the other thing that I just thought about when I got into this shit, into this world of reading the market. The whole time when you grow up, when you think about the market, you think about this. So you didn't know what a trend line was, because first of all, we didn't even know that you could put lines and all these stuff in these, or there was even graphs in this. For example, if I were to give this to somebody and I'll tell you, ask them where the support is at, some of them are gonna say it's in here. Somebody gonna say, it's over here. And then this is just the 1 hour candle. Then if you go to the 4 hour candle, everything gets much tighter. But anyway, so when you look at your phones, when you look on TV and movies, you just see this, but you never knew there was line, support, resistance, Fibonacci's, all this shit and whatnot. And you can't even, since there's no really, it's weird for you to really understand really how, where this thing starts, like what's the bottom, what's the top. And as you go through these time frames, for example, there's an 8 hour candle right here, the support and resistance are going to change. So what I like to do, I like to start from the 12 hour candle, but even then you would just see this, right? But when you go to your candles, it gives you a much clear, sharp of where these candles close. And those areas are going to be hard resistance or support. The fact that Ethereum fell or did all this whole year, think about this. This is a 12 monthly, so there's a whole year right here. The fact that it fell to 1,300, and we're in the last month of December, and we're coming to interest rate decision December 16 or 17. So that's why the fact that it's there. So if by this week we end up closing or breaking in between 3,320 and 70 cents, Let's see that shit. And 3,659.47 cents. That's gonna be very bullish. That's gonna be very bullish. So and in the small time frames, since people don't pay attention to really all that, they're just seeing all this. Well, damn, that Ethereum has a lot more to go, and this is not. But if you look at the main, what's really important is for Ethereum to break through these two resistance right here, and especially coming to the last month. We want to close this month somewhere between here, or at least recover 50% of this. You see, right? This is a 6 monthly, 3 monthly, and a monthly. All right, but anyways, let's get back to the current situation. So right now, I was telling the homie this. Notice how Bitcoin and Ethereum went on up just like the S&P 500. 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So with this, since we have important data tomorrow, and let me pull up Mr. Chat GPT in the motherfucking house. Alright, guys, so we have a bunch of data coming out tomorrow, to be honest. All these are 8 hours ahead of Arizona time. So it's actually 6:30 Arizona time. 6:30, and then this one's gonna come out at 7. The main ones are your retail, your PPI, your core PPI. Both of them are gonna come out at 6:30. Here's the outcomes of what's gonna happen with this. If both of them come out good, which I fucking doubt it, by good I mean bad, where enough, pretty much where the Federal Reserve is definitely gonna cut interest rate based on the data, that's rare. I don't fucking think that's gonna happen. If one of them is good, the other one's bad, which is a typical thing, you will see volatility, so you see a drop. Once the market opens at 7:30, well, you're gonna see it react at from 6:30 to 7:30. You're gonna see it react, but once the floodgates open, you're gonna see probably the first from 7:30 to 8:30, especially because we have other data 8. You're gonna see it fluctuate, act like it's going down because so and so data came out bad. But once we get towards your 9:30, and especially because tomorrow's data is really the main important data. Besides this is gonna be like your setup. It's gonna kind of tell you it's like, yeah, this is the middle stuff. This is not really the your most important stuff is gonna be on Wednesday. So just because today so and so came out bad doesn't mean the market's gonna drop on down the whole morning and we're gonna go back down. No, what's gonna happen is it's gonna try psych you out, and towards your 8:45 to 9:30, the market's gonna start correcting itself where it's really gonna go, and it's gonna fucking start heading that way. It does this especially when there's a bunch of data like this. It'll do this where the market will drop because of bad so and so, but then coming the forward candle to close at 11 o'clock, around your 8:45, 9:30, it'll start fucking really correcting, doing this bullshit. Especially if we form some sort of 4 hour candle or 3 hour candle, even more beautiful. And that's what Ethereum and Bitcoin, silver, gold, and the S&P are waiting for tomorrow. That's why it's excited. That's why they're excited. On top of that, we broke through this monthly 50 Fibonacci right here. So Ethereum, and this is a monthly. And notice how again we're coming to the end of the month, and we're getting excited. So that's why you're seeing on top of that, this indicator right here is pretty much as long as we stay above this indicator, this cushion thing here, that we rally more. We keep on with the rally. So the fact that it's holding this cushion, we're coming toward the end of the week of a month. This could be same fine. We could see tomorrow Ethereum hit above 3,119 with 64 cents or more. We go to, this is the week right here. We have a 50 Fibonacci right here too. So this is your main area right here, your monthly 50 Fibonacci and your weekly 50 Fibonacci. We're stuck right there pretty much right now. And once we get this data and it's good, you're gonna see it either close there, break up a little bit, and close below it on the weekly, on the 50 Fibonacci weekly. And I'll be really surprised if we end up by Wednesday, end up everything goes smoothly. We end up hitting 3,371 or higher, hitting the next resistance zone right here, shown in my weekly indicator. But that's if Tuesday and Wednesday plays out good. Otherwise, we could end the month stuck right here at 3,170.92 cents. And then the suspension of suspension, suspense, and the suspense of suspension. The suspense of, are we gonna break December above this weekly 50 Fibonacci, and also are we gonna sustain above this monthly 50 Fibonacci, or are we gonna break in December and continue going on down? But what's keeping this alive, Ethereum, Bitcoin, S&P, gold, and silver, is interest rates. So the more rumors we keep hearing, yeah, they're gonna do it, and by that, beside the rumors from federal people, government, is the data. So that's why this data is really important. It's gonna really tell investors, traders, where if to start selling or buying based on the data that's going to come out, because they know how the Fed's going to sort of react to this. So they sell ahead of the report of the Federal Reserve, or they panic. But we still have a bunch of data in these next 4 weeks, pretty much. You got this week that we're currently on, and we got till December 17, and till then we're gonna get even more data release. So just because we dropped this week does not mean we're gonna pick up the 1st of December or the 2nd of December, especially the 2nd of December, because it's like we're coming towards that time. So you'll definitely see the market pick up a week before the Federal Reserve, especially a couple of days before. Anyway, so now Bitcoin and Ethereum do the same shit, just like silver and gold. So look, here's Bitcoin. You see how happy they're getting right now? This is what I told the homie is gonna do. It's gonna stay inside this box right here. Oh shit. It's gonna stay inside this box. And once we come to your 9 o'clock, we close a 4 candle at 9. So once we come to like 11-ish, we should be breaking through 89,050. And by 1 in the morning or 5, we should be at 89,853. You're not gonna see it go down back here again. If you would, you're gonna see the S&P fucking take a drag on down too, and that's not gonna happen, especially when the data's gonna come out just in a couple of fucking hours, 6-8 hours fucking from now. So yeah, it doesn't make fucking sense for the market to start fucking getting scared and tripping down. Anyways, now the S&P 500, folks. So I went in. I went in. Yeah, I went in on the S&P 500 option call for the day at somewhere here in this area, and I got out right here because I knew it was gonna start peaking. We're gonna hit a weekly resistance up in here. That's what these lines are. So I took closed my call count, my call fucking trade, whatever the fuck you gonna call it, and I currently have a call for gold active, Bitmine. What else? Gold, Bitmine, and no, I forgot what else. Anyways, what the S&P is waiting for right now, it's what it's gonna do is you can tell how neutral it is because it's waiting for tomorrow's data. And since we're at a 3 monthly resistance, I mean 3 monthly, a monthly support area here. Oh, that's why, stupid dumbass. So yeah, we have the monthly down here, the 3 monthly down here. There's a weekly resistance right here. By that, let me show you what I mean by that. This is the weekly resistance that we have right there. So to break through that weekly resistance, it's gonna need hot news. So what it's gonna do is we're gonna take a dump, not a dump, but if we're gonna fall down, we're gonna start falling down at your 11:45, no, your 12:45 to 1:30 in this area, and then you just create some sort of support here. If not, if we sustain this, and by your let me take this off for you guys. Forget the time frames for the S&P 500. This is S&P 500. So it goes at 3, 7, 11, right? Yeah, 11. So your 8:45 to 9:30 is still holding inside the box. So what we're going to see right now is we should see 11, 10, 11. I mean, 11 popping up here and sustain this area here. Otherwise, we're going to start breaking on down and have a little small retracement on down and bullshit somewhere in this area here. And as we get to 4 or 5 o'clock, we're going to start recovering again. But again, that depends on how we close, where we close at 11. If we close 11 here, we're going to bullshit here, start going on up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock. If we bullshit this lower here, this lower region here, and we break at 11:45, 12:30 ish, and we're gonna start going on down, create that U shit that I mentioned. Too many boxes and lines. I know it doesn't make sense for you guys, but trying to make this. I'm trying to go through this real quick because there's too many of them. Jeez, you. Also, another thing that what was it? Gold. So yesterday I was talking about gold. I'm all over the place right now, so my bad, you guys. So yesterday I was talking to you about this, the 3 candle box for gold. Let me get some agua. Oh, shit. So I was telling you guys about this 3 candle box forming. And this is a week. I did not expect the gold to start this early, which tells you how happy they are because of the rumors going about the Federal Reserve cutting interest rate in this December. Again, it went from 30% to like 70 or higher even now. So that tells you why gold did this. and that tells you S&P tells you. Anyways, the fact also that in the daily it was hanging above the 50 Fibonacci again. Once you break that 50 Fibonacci and you respect it, you end up fucking blasting up. You go to also another thing was we had a 3 candle box here forming, and this one was going down. It ended up completing, but the fact that on Friday it came back and it closed here, and that was the same area where the 50 Fibonacci is at, and the fact that when you come to the 1 hour candle, you can see that right here, that's when the where the daily 50 Fibonacci is at. Let me mark it down for you guys. So right here, there's that daily 50 Fibonacci. Here's 1 in the morning, started breaking through. The market opens and then blasts off after that. And then your weekly was right here. Your weekly box was right here. So you see how this was your sweet area before you really really blasted off. Whereas other people, they might have gotten caught over here somewhere, or they would have been too late. But regardless, it was this box down here that was giving me the signal that was giving me, and not just that, the data that was being released the next day, the fact that you had the morning talking about certain Fed members said that interest rate could be possible this December, blah 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 blah. So all this happening, all this data with the candles, the time, the boxes, the Fibonacci's is what gives me all these signals, or my fucking brain just puts all this shit together and understand what's about to fucking happen with the market. Silver follows gold. If you look at the weekly, same shit. 3 candle box. Silver, weekly, 3 candle box. Let me go. So for options, this is where the banks come in, and this is what's harder for traders to get in or do options or whatnot, because it's so consolidated that it's very risky. But if you know what data is going to move that certain stock, in particular gold, which is the Fed interest rate, gold goes up. So anyways, so now, and right there, see, like, yeah, you guys, this is the weekly for silver. This is the weekly all-time high. Fuck this shit. Fuck that it went over here. Fuck that it's over there. Hey, look, it's we're coming to the end of the month, and silver is all the way down at 51, and it still has all the way to 54. Man, it's probably gonna go down. No, you pay attention to your monthlies, to your weeklies. Pay attention to where they stop. The fact that this week we're coming to that same price, the fact that we're coming releasing data tomorrow and Wednesday, your main principle, your main one, that's telling me that fucking this is the beginning of silver fucking blasting off. Because if that happens, that indicates that the chances of the interest rates is gonna go even higher. So pretty soon you gotta start hearing chances of interest rate happening are now 83 or 80% or 90%, and that's also gonna bring more people to buy silver and gold because they're seeing this breakout, and they're not even seeing this. They're seeing this. They're getting the Robin Hoods, and they're saying, "Oh, look, it went up. Oh yeah, I'm up 10% on my so and so. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna buy some. Look, go to a year to now, year to day." So, anyways, that's all they're seeing. They're seeing price go up, they buy. They couldn't read the candles. They didn't know, they weren't connecting all this shit together. They just opened the Robin Hood. They see their price goes back up to where it was before, and they start buying again at the all-time high price. When it goes down, they panic. They sell some of it. They think it's over, whatever it is. So this is how the market fucks with you. Also, um, now we're gonna go to Meta. Meta. This is a good. I have a. Did I? Yeah, I have a option call for Meta till the end of the year, because I believe we hit a nice bottom, especially like I said, going from $800 pretty much to 613. My indicator telling me, hey, this is your entry. If we stay in this region, we're gonna go down. The moment we start getting good news tomorrow, if we do, and it starts going up, you're gonna see the same entry, and this is gonna flip. And if I go closer, it's gonna flip right now. Watch. Oh, 3 candle box. We have a 3 candle box closing bullish as fuck in a 3 hour time frame. And this, and since the market is opening higher, oh, look how it closed. This is how we closed. Damn, this is all beautiful. This, how Meta closed, was telling you, hey, we're about to fucking break up. This is a good entry. Even my indicator's telling you, here's your entry and here's your target, buddy. Damn. But anyways, it's still too low. It still has, especially when you look at the Fibonacci's, the 50 Fibonacci's where they at. You got the weekly way up here. You got the monthly. The monthly doesn't matter. It's all the way down there. But when it comes with the weekly and the daily, you got the daily way up here. Also, we got a gap that never got closed, never got completed. So I believe this is the bottom, and it's an easy ass fucking money maker right here, along with everything, the whole setup, how they have it with the whole, man, they set this up, you guys. That's why they fucking are moving all this shit. We're supposed to have the Federal Reserve on the 10th. They end up moving it because certain data was gonna come out afterwards, so it was gonna fuck with them. But then you gotta think about the data. Why do they move certain data to certain days at certain times? Why can't they just release it when the market opened? Why do they have to be released over here? Is it because they seen it like, how can this data benefit us at a certain day? Well, we place it over here with this data that might be good. Anyways, Netflix is on a verge of also, look, this is, Netflix has been on this weekly trend line way down here in July of 2022. If you follow that trend line, we get a connection right here, stretch it out, and guess where it lands, people? Oh shit. Right there. Right there. There's a trend line with the weekly, creating a support on that weekly, respecting that weekly trend line that's been on since 2020. That's why I'm thinking about doing a call on this baby. All this along with the market coming with interest rates, and you got the 50 Fibonacci. Let me see the daily, the weekly. The weekly's right there. Man, this is the fucking easy money maker too right here. Especially if everything plays out this month. doing a call for 2 weeks or this or 1 full week. Man, this is a fucking, especially just with tomorrow getting that fucking, oh, we're gonna have a 3 candle box in the forward time frame right here. We're gonna open up a little bit higher, most likely come back down. And anyways, this is gonna be fucking interesting, man. But yeah, that's another one that I want along. I'm thinking about it. And another one, of course, is Palantir. Palantir is gonna fucking keep on going up no matter what people say. You motherfuckers, they're gonna keep jacking our fucking information and contracts with government, countries. Anyways, you guys, besides that, that's all. Breen, what's up? Hello. How are you? I'm good, bro. If you're still here, so does anyone know where to buy? Who gives a fuck? You're probably a robot. Victor, please tell me how to buy. Oh, you're a fucking robot too. Alright, for sure. Circle Payment Network. Integrated Uniswap permits. Anyways, you guys, this is Brian Seacrest signing out. So, oh my bad. I'll be up tomorrow. Before the data comes out, it's gonna come out at 6:30. So I'll be up most likely by 5:30 or 6 people. This is Brian Seacrest signing out. Arizona time.